Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of AIC Retro Toy Museum. So this is a continuation from my last episode where I said that I received quite a few packages which I want to unbox and check out the stuff that I've ordered. So if you haven't checked the previous episode, you will find the link in the description or somewhere at the top over here. So let's see what came in my next package. So in my next package which I received by mail, it has two MOC figures again made by Funskool, and I'm gonna quickly show them to you. So what are those figures? The first figure I'm not gonna take a lot of time, but this is again a Cobra Commander. Again, this is in a very good condition and I'm liking the way in which this packaging has been very well preserved. The card is in great shape. It is a 2009 manufactured figure and I think it looks quite great. So I'm not going to spend much time on this because I have already shown a similar figure in my previous episode. The one that I really want to show now is this. So this is General Hawk. It came out in 1991, if I'm not mistaken, in the original American G.I. Joe line made by Hasbro in the United States, and in India this came in the late 2000s. It is exactly similar in terms of the weapons and the missiles and the figure that was offered in the American counterpart. The overall layouting of the card is also the same. There are obviously some differences because in the early 90s Hasbro had made some changes in the way in which the card looked. I'll try to show you an image of the American card right now. Having said that, there are a few differences which are quite significant. Obviously, the look and feel of this card is similar to the 2007 25th anniversary line. Funskool tried to replicate that because these figures came after 2007 in India, if I'm not mistaken, and so they tried to replicate what was happening in the US. Although the molds or the dies that were used to make these figures were still from the 80s and 90s, from the original Real American Hero action line. So what are the differences versus the American General Hawk figure? The biggest difference that I think a lot of G.I. Joe fans would have already noticed, that the paint app on the body of the figure, the color is different from what's seen on the American counterpart. In fact, the American figure has the color similar to what is shown on the card art. So it's more of an olive green with a few gold accents that are there. One thing that I did notice in the American as well as in the Indian figure was the helmet that is shown in the card art versus the helmet that's actually there on the figure. There is quite a big difference. So this helmet is more of a conventional helmet with a small visor and a piece in front of the mouth of the figure. But in this case, this is very similar to a bubble-like helmet seen on many other G.I. Joe figures. It instantly reminds me of Ace. One more difference that is also there on the Indian version versus the American version is the way in which they are packed. The American version that I have seen in pictures has the helmet given as a separate piece, I think a part of this bubble, but in the Indian version the bubble itself is already attached to the figure. It is detachable, but the helmet is attached to the figure while it is inside the card. What makes this figure attractive is this whole plane-like structure that goes with him. So this figure has flying power, and that is what attracts me. I think like most other people who are into vintage G.I. Joes, it's the early 80s and a line that is a favorite for me as well. But there are some nice pieces that have come in the early 90s that also have their own fan following. So yeah, this is again going to be a short episode. This is all about my latest acquisition in my MOC collection. I'll quickly take some time and show you the back of the card as well. So in the last phase of the manufacturing of the G.I. Joe action line in India, I think the variety of figures available was really less. In 2010 they did add a few figures but yeah, this was a sign, you know, that this figure line has reached its last legs in India, and it did go out of production very soon. Nevertheless, always a nice figure to have, brings back a lot of memories, and after looking at the video, I'm sure this video has brought back some memories for you as well. So if you really like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is AICRTM, which stands for AIC Retro Toy Museum. Till then, take care and have a great time, and see you on the other side. Thank you and goodbye.